Hello, hi, how's it going? I'm the Fabulous Femboy. Welcome to this stream. I'm gonna be picking up where I left off yesterday, which is getting into the Liurnia of the Lakes with my fists only build. Alright, so we just got here. I did the stuff with the blind lady. Ooh, hold on. I should go and rescue Bach really quick from the cave. Hello, sir. I am tempted to look at what a torch build would be, though. Because, like, there are interesting torches. There isn't just, like, the one torch. There's torches that scale off of, like, different stats and do different damages. So, that also might be an interesting setup at some point. Bro, let me punch you. Jesus. "99 arcane win. When you win, when you win. Alright, now we go over here. Now we actually get into the Liurnia. Because I should have my little Bach buddy right here. So the first thing I want to do is I want to duck down underneath like these cliffs over here to fight the Clean Rot Knight so I can get the insignia that gives me extra damage for attacking more often. Because that's going to fit really well with the fist setup I got going on. After that, probably go and just take a fight to a dragon, steal its key, and then go and punch a wizard in the face. Because I do want to get my third pouch. Actually, I should go and get stones first so I can upgrade my fists. Do a kick-only run, please. I mean, they did actually make it so that there's a talisman in the DLC that gives you extra damage for kicking, didn't they? I'm pretty sure they did. Or is it like boots? I know that they have things for kicking in the DLC, which is hilarious. I just want steppies.
You wouldn't be surprised. No matter. Why don't you? Oh, don't.
Yeah, sure, I'll take that. Okay, so let me get the map. Let's see. I'm not gonna fight Bogart. I want to be friends with him. I like Bogart. He's a good fella. Yeah, just ducking underneath here to go and get the talisman. Then we'll go to the mine next to the walking mausoleum to get upgrade materials for the fists. Then we'll go and fight some wizards. We're just gonna go and pull a Mashal and then just beat the Wizard Academy by punching everything. Cause magic's for losers. Jesus fucking Christ. Fuck you! Alright. That bat fucking stared into my soul for a second. What the hell was that? Alright, so I need something to help me deal with the birds and the bats. The bats more so now. don't got to worry about the birds as much. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this. Always the damn birds. First, yeah, the Dark Souls dogs were a pain for everyone's existence, and then Elden Ring went, hey, how about we make worse animals? Here's bats, here's birds, and here's bears. It's the the bats, birds, and bears. There we are. Heal, heal. Hey, first try. Very nice. Oop, there's another one. I need... Hey, there's the last smithing stone. 3. Ouch. Now I just need to get 4s. And then I'll be fine and dandy. DM, can we do a campaign with no objectives and we just go around as murder hobos for 67 sessions? That is called a sandbox game, and technically, yes. I do not like running sandbox games, though, because they are a pain in the ass to prepare for. Because with the fact that, like, your players can go literally anywhere, you have to have way more things planned out ahead of time. And it calls for a lot more prep time for the DM. Why do you plan when you can just wing it? Well, I like to use maps and stuff as well, because maps make it easier for people to, like, navigate the world. But maps take a lot of time to actually, like, draw out and put together. Now, there are some systems that do run pretty well as, like, theater of the mind types of games, as well as relatively little planning on the DM's part. Like, one that I'm actually running now is called Heart the City Beneath, and I really like it. Alright, so it's looking like this is just going to be up to Smithing Stone 3s in here, which is unfortunate, but not unexpected. That didn't work. Woo! Let's see. I mean, technically I could too, because, like, my whole thing with, like, not showing my faces, especially when I'm trying to be more femme presenting, and I am not doing that right now. Like, right now, I'm just a fucking dude sitting here playing games. I ain't dressed too cute or fancy at all. Is it punchy time? Yes, we're about to go and bully some wizard nerds. Because magic's for losers! Yeah, like, it's so weird to me just how significant bludgeoning damage is in this game. Because even though it's one of, like, the basic damage types, nothing really resists it in, like, a meaningful way. Like, there are several enemies that have really high tolerance for piercing and slashing damage, and you can just totally circumvent it with bludgeoning. And it's ridiculous just how powerful it is. Like, my first character, I beat the game using just a fully upgraded Morning Star. Because that's how good it is. Alright, we got the fast travel for the school. Now we just gotta go and steal a key from a dragon. I'm definitely gonna punch the dragon to death, though. Woo! Ha! Very nice. How's it going, Pineapple? Hope you're doing well. I'm punching a dragon to death. And I am successful. Again, fists, kind of busted. It's a little silly just how well this is going for me. Because you know what else I'm gonna do? In preparation of fighting all these fucking nerds? Rune time, baby. But yeah, Rykard is definitely gonna be a huge hurdle for me. Just because of all the fire. Doesn't something give me... Oh, Vigor gives me fire resistance. So, okay, sure. So the more health I have, the more resistant to fire I am. So I just need to max out my health, and it'll be fine. I don't have the fucking Great Rune equipped. Oh, I hope I can equip it. Oh my god. I forgot to equip it! Is it active? No, it's not. Fuck, I wasted that Great Rune for nothing! Man, that sucks. Wait a minute, I think I know where I can find one. Hoppa! Ha ha! Yes, I remembered. No, I never figured out what a Grace Mimic actually does. There's some items that I've just never used in the game. Maybe I should do that. Didn't even need it. I'm just doing it for the love of the game at this point. Fab, why did you fight the interdimensional gravity monster? Money. Ooh, smithing stone 4. Ooh. Hold up. How many of those do I have right now? Ooh, I'll get one more. I can upgrade my cestus again. Now, the dog... The Red Wolf of Radigan, I think, should be fine. Because, like... So one of, like, the big things I'm also realizing about, like, the fists is that their weakness is also their strength, which is range. Like, you have to be so fucking close to them in order to do anything. But because of how close you need to be, it really pushes you to, like, find, like, the dead zones in their attacks and things like that. And pushes you to be a bit more, like, spatially aggressive. Because you have to be in their face all the time. You don't want to do hit and run. You gotta be against them at every given point. Damn, I hit him hard. Heal. Woo! Heal. Hey, first try the red wolf. Very nice. No, no, no. Fuck. Alright, hold on, hold on, hold on. I had to unplug and replug in my controller. No! No! You bitch! Okay. I was a fool. Oh, I've done what? I can roll through that? I can roll through that? Okay, Mana Grim. I can heal, nerd. Hey, very nice. God fucking, it did it again. Why do you keep doing this? Come on, move, 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 move. Oh my god. Hold on. I'm gonna have to readjust how, like, my controller is set up here because it keeps bumping its plug-in to my computer. And it's making it a challenge. Because I am, like, having to unplug it mid-fight and having to plug it back in. And that kind of sucks. Ooh, hold on. Other things I can do. Wondrous Physic. Oh, interesting. I'm trying to remember where to find the stat increase tiers. Because I haven't found the strength one yet. The strength and charge attack one was like one of the earliest ones I remember finding. So there, yep, that's equipped. Ash of War. Hold on. I'm gonna go and get an Ash of War from Bernal over here. There we are. Very nice. So, what I have just done is I have equipped an Ash of War that gives me a damage increase when I use it. Ooh, that's a 5. That's pretty nice, actually. Alright. And then... Bam. And then... Bam. And... Bam. Phase 1. Immediately. Very nice. So I don't want to quite stagger her. I want to do enough damage to proc. Come on. Hey! First try! Not even 2 minutes. Probably not even a minute, honestly. That was so fucking nice. Alright, let's go and explore the rooftops, get more stuff done there. Hopefully get some more money. Maybe we can find some more stones. And then I'm gonna go to Caelid. So that I can go and fight Radon. Oh, and then I can take the Caelid shortcut to just go right to the mine that's in there and get extra stones. Yes. That would be very good. Ooh, Smithing Stone 4! That's another upgrade. Bows? Why are you talking to me about bows? Where'd you go? Oh, you died. Okay, sure, game. Whatever. And now I have the key for Thop. I still think that in Thop's questline he gets assassinated by the Karian family. I still do believe that in my heart of hearts. When Elden Ring was still like a bit earlier in like in its release, I remember like figuring out the stuff with Thop and doing this questline, and I had this like big revelation, and in that moment was like, I'm gonna join the Discord. Ooh, fucking Christ! I'm gonna join the Vati Discord and talk about this because this feels really important and significant in some way. This has to be. And then like there's a guy in there who's like Thop Stan or something like that. And they immediately like, no, that's stupid. I'm like, fuck you! And I basically haven't posted in there since. Alright, so let's go down to here specifically, because I want to go into the trapped chest so as to fast travel. Oh my god. Please don't let me die to fucking rats while I'm being trap teleported. Now, while I am getting a bunch of level 5s, the main thing I need at this point is level 4s. Ow! Any 4s? No, just 5s. I mean, I do have a bunch of 5s now. Damn. Like, I almost have enough to get most of the upgrades, actually. That's really nice. Alright, now this guy's usually a pain in my ass, so let's just try to get him in the face. Ouch. 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 What the fuck? He can double tap that? I didn't know that. Okay, so... Ooh, that's a lot of runes I just lost. So, like, I know I can definitely hurt this guy. He's just really good at creating distance, is my problem. Alright, and I quite literally cannot hit you in the face. Got it. Fuck you! Holy fuck! I can't see what's happening. Yeah, I don't like you. I don't like you at all. Okay. I mean, this always ends up being the case where it's like, alright, I can probably go and fight this guy, and he just beats the ever-living fuck out of me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna leave him alone. I can always just come back here later. I have the main thing I'm here for, which was the shortcut to Caelid. I'm gonna sprint my way over here. Get the Site of Grace that's down here. And then once I do that, I'm gonna fast travel back to the, I'm just hard blanking. The round table hold, so I can go and get my third pouch. There's the pouch. You ever played Fallout, Fab? I have played Fallout 3 and 4. I have not played 76. And I've played a little bit of Fallout 1, actually. Why, do you ask? I'm on Fallout 4 and I got curious. Oh, fair enough. But, yeah, how's the Fallout 4 run going? You got a specific build you're going for? Skill set? Faction? Or have you modded the absolute hell out of it? and are just playing with mods? It's going pretty well. Pretty high luck and charisma. And I'm thinking Brotherhood just because. You looked at me funny disintegration for you, chuckle fuck. I did 100% Fallout 4. I like did different builds with the different characters. Charisma is really nice. Like when I did my charisma run, the main thing I was trying to do for that is like, okay, we are not going to do any crafting as best as I can, because because when it comes to like Skyrim and Fallout 4, I did so much goddamn crafting all the time that like I wouldn't really play the game. Ouch. You bitch! Fuck you! I mean, I gotta give it to them. They made the knights some of the scariest sons of bitches. Because, like, even early on, they are tough. They got big shields, they got big armor. Fuck off! Well, this is what I get for being naked, I guess, running into an active war zone. Oh yes, but Fallout. Whoop. So, one of the characters I had, who is the person I was doing most of the achievements with, and I did, like, the different endings with different builds. Fuck off! God fucking, fuck you! You know what, I might as well just not deal with the knight. I lost the runes already. Oh, but so, like, my primary character for Fallout 4 was a strength build focused, fuck off! On melee weapons and heavy weapons, and just stuff that I almost never used. And so, like, minigun, missile launchers, Fat Man, axes, baseball bats, all that jazz were, like, my go-tos. And I had the scavenger ability so that I was able to get ammo more often, which was a fantastic investment, because holy shit. Ow, why did I get hurt? So, like, the biggest weapon I was using in that game was a hammer from the DLC, one of the DLCs, which was basically just a sledgehammer made of power cores, and it was so good. Because it was also, it had so much, like, radiation with it, too. It was such a good weapon. It was unreasonable how much damage you could do with it. Because, like, if I had, like, some buff, I don't remember what the hell it was. Or even if the game just, like, bugged out or something. But, like, there was one point where it did, like, over 1,000 points of rad damage every swing. I was like, what the fuck did this come from? And then, when I was doing the different endings, let's see, I'm trying to remember who did what. Let's see, when I went for the Brotherhood of Steel ending, my big thing there, I think, was, like, strength and intelligence, because I wanted to be in the power suit all the time, because, like, hey, Brotherhood of Steel, I get a free power suit, let's have a nice power suit build. And well, strength just to get, like, the armor smithing and blacksmithing. But also, like, a thing that was really weird to me as I, like, built that character is that, like, at the very end of, like, the perk list of strength is, like, the steam train or whatever ability, where you do damage by, like, running people over in the suit. But, like, the suit, like, supplants your strength unless you're stronger than the suit. So, if you're doing a strength build, you're gonna end up being stronger than the suit. So, like, why have that be at, like, the very end of the strength list? I don't know. It was always so weird to me. Yeah, when I did the Institute ending, my big focus on that one was, like, super science-focused and dexterity. Especially because I wanted to use, like, radiation equipment more. I think my power armor one was more of the radiation build. And the rad weapons are actually really nice, especially if you actually invest in them. radiation was always just kind of weird to me because, oh my god, when it comes to, like, hitting the enemies, it basically just acts the same way as damage, but it's not quite. And so I was always thrown off by, like, oh yeah, this thing can do so much radiation damage. But it doesn't translate the same. I don't know. The game's weird sometimes, but that is the way of Bethesda. I guess, like, on the topic of, like, Bethesda weirdness, because I was just talking about how, like, oh yeah, I always just get wrapped up in upgrading and, like, smithing and just building things. Uh, that would be the thing I always fell into with Skyrim, because I would just fall into, like, this loop of upgrading my skills in making things, because, like, that was always something that's always fascinated me. And it's something I would do in a lot of fantasy games that have that mechanic. It's like I would just invest in the crafting all the time because I just thought it was really cool. Let me go! Let me go! Let me go! And so when I was like, no, I've had Skyrim for so long, I'm gonna actually try to 100% this fucking thing. The first rule I had with it was I cannot make anything. At least not yet. It has to be like way down the line before I start building things. And it was a much nicer experience. Because, like, the whole thing with, like, both Skyrim and Fallout, but definitely a lot more with Skyrim, no, is that the difficulty of the world is based on your level. And so if you invest in, like, combat skills really early, the game is just so much easier. It's ridiculous how much easier it is if you just invest into combat skills early on. Uh, because if you invest in, like, all the crafting skills first, your time is gonna be horrendous. Which was always the case for me. Like, sure, I would level up stupid fast, uh, but I would level up in something that didn't really increase my survivability. And then it also made, like, finding higher tiered equipment just, like, unimportant. Like, if I found, like, ingots and, like, mines and things like that, then that was significant, sure. But whenever I found, like, actual, like, higher tiered equipment, I would always be like, whatever, not worth it. I can make better stuff. Or it would be like I've made this thing like forever ago, and only now am I finding it, and it's like basically worthless to me. And so it made those items just so much less significant, even if it was like something legendary, like some Daedric weapon or just some Daedric piece of equipment. But with when you focus on like the combat skills, it makes finding those things so much more significant. Like, even if it's not like quite for your build, it's still it was still like way cooler to like find like these items when they started like spawning into like the world, because you're not making them. Either you have to like press your luck and just fight something that has it, or just buy it from someone, and that's a roll of the dice. Like, the build I went with was focused on two weapon fighting, and that was such a fun build, especially as I got into like the DLC and stuff, because there's a set of armor that makes it so that you attack faster with one-handed weapons, and that's focused on dual wielding, and it was so fucking dope. Especially because you can like figure out once again the gimmicky things of Bethesda, and there's the shout that increases your attack speed. But if your weapon is enchanted, it doesn't affect it. That is only true if it's your main hand. If you have a normal weapon in your main hand and a magic weapon in your offhand, you could use that and increase your attack speed still. And it was so fucking strong. I was just running around like a Beyblade, just cutting through everything. It was so nice. Here, let's sell off some of the stuff I've found. Like all these daggers. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna sell everything except for the fist weapons, because I don't need it. I'm not gonna use it. This is a fist-only build. And claws are not fists. I'm very gung-ho to fight Radahn. But obviously Radahn's not there right now. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this right here. And then I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna go down, fight a tree. Get its tears. Ooh, because I'm gonna be fighting a tree. I should get the fire grease. Ouch. That hurt. And a boop. And a boop. And boop. Yeah, ooh, that hurt. Because that's like the only place I can actually punch these things. Because if I'm standing in front of it, it's out of reach for me, even if I'm like running up against its hitbox. Alright. Getting a throwing knife really quick here. Just to simplify this. There we go. Just a little bit. There we go. Whoop! You bitch! Fuck you! God damn it. Weep weep. Ouch. Fuck off. You're right there, come on! Jesus. I can never figure out how to fight these things properly. But the boil prawn guy is able to fight them, and he uses fist weapons. So I wonder if fists might have a strength here that I'm unaware of. Fuck off! Fuck it. I'm leaving. Especially because there's that other one right there, and I can barely fight one of those fuckers. I don't want to try and fight two of them at the same time. Woo! And why are they snipers? Come on, get in there. Woo! Running! Running! Ah! Snipers! Run, you bitch! Fuck you! Ah! Hey, very nice. That really. Let's go back to Caelid. Dealing with Caelid things. I'm bound to find at least a smithing stone or two by just exploring this place. Because the sooner I can find these stones, the better. My game just fucking crashed. Level advantage. Bitch! Ah! Woo! Ooh, danger, danger. Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. Ah! Oh god, they're after me. Oh god. Oh shit. Go away. No. Oh my god, this is working. I can't believe that worked. I cannot believe that fucking worked. Motherfuckers. But it's something. Ooh, that's a new fist weapon. That's where I get this from? Fuck yeah. Okay. Alright. I gotta focus my attention on one he is. Oh, Jesus. Ouch. Ouch. Okay, sure. Fucking whatever. Ouch. I need to get him into his phase 2, because then he's at least a little more predictable. Because that's the thing I run into with these knights, is that their first phase is my harder phase to deal with. Hey, very nice. Get fucked. Man, poison and scarlet, that's actually kind of harsh. For some reason, I didn't think that those would stack. That could be a neat build. Because I know that there's stuff like talismans for like, hey, if you proc poison, you get bonuses. Ow, fuck off! God damn it. You stupid plant bitch. And again, I don't know why I'm getting upset. Like, it's not like I'm getting punished for any of this, and these are like relatively easy to recover. Maybe it's just force of habit at this point. Because whenever I'm streaming this, it's usually I'm doing some drinking shit with it. So I've just like associated this thing of failure as punishment. Which isn't a good mentality to have. Holy fuck off! Alright, we need to get these guys out of the way. You cannot be slowly stepping out of my reach. That's fucking ridiculous that a slow walk backwards is fast enough to keep you out of punching range. God damn it. Ow! God damn it. Yeah, I mean, I have the rot. I'm fucked. And again, I'm not losing anything. Why am I having such a pissy attitude? Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, this is, yeah, we're not fucking fighting O'Neill. We'll go up here. And I'm gonna go and get the gold amulet thing for extra runes. Yeah, I gotta make this fast. Hey, very nice. Yeah, I might die here in a second, but that's okay. Isn't this also a fist weapon, or is this a claw? I do have a gold pickled foulfoot. I could go and deal with Grail. That'd be good. Right, that's why I went and got the frickin' scarab in the first place, is so I can get a bunch of runes off of Grail. And I'm gonna fight Grail the normal way, the proper way. The one where I don't just run around and do a bunch of bleed damage on it. Alright, fuck it. I am gonna go to the mine over here. I want to fight these things easier. Let's see. Oh yeah, I got that talon thing. I'm pretty sure it's a claw. I'm still gonna look at it. Equipment. It is a claw. Damn. 72 poison buildup. Holy shit. Hold on. I gotta look at this thing. Okay. That's crazy. I'm not going to use it, but I didn't realize I had 72 poison buildup. Maybe I'll try, like, a poison build. I have always been interested in games that... Like, I've always been kind of interested in the idea of, like, using poisons more often in games and things like that. Because, like... Not too many stuff really focuses on poison in my experience, or like even if it does, poison is usually... Ooh, that's where I get this. I was wanting that Ash of War. But poison kind of like falls to the wayside in a lot of ways. In a lot of games I play. The only one that where it doesn't has been like The Witcher. And The Witcher was so interesting to me kind of because... So like... Okay, hold on. This is going to be a compounded rant. Rant, talk, yap session. Ooh, level 5. So, I'm a dungeon master. I'm a game master. My job is that I run D&D games. And one of the things that I have noticed in my time with D&D and stuff like that is that there's not a whole lot of good ways for the players to use poison. And usually, and the game is like, poison is something that's used by the bad guys. Your villain, like, the antagonists or your players are the people that are going to use this. But the players can still, like, purchase a poison, but it's a super weak poison that isn't, like, it's just a bad poison. It doesn't really add much to, like, your combat capabilities. And so it's like, it's not worth it. Especially because, like, it's not a whole lot of damage for only one hit. Quite a few games kind of follow that trope. Poison usually doesn't do too much extra stuff. It's very, like, mild, unless you, like, really, really, really heavily invest in it. But even then, it still doesn't do a whole lot. Which, like, I get. It's... Like, thematically, poison is something that has, like, a long-term sort of effect. So you, like, poison someone and you're, like, waiting them out is usually, like, the setup. And even in, like, stories, that's still the case. Because it's like, oh no, the enemy has poisoned the main character. And now the main character has to try and beat them in a certain amount of time. Which, like, that's a neat dynamic. That's an interesting story. But it doesn't account for when someone goes, hey, the enemy used this poison. Can I use this poison? Can I set myself up to kind of do that to the enemy? Which, like, is neat. I like the idea of it. Especially because it gets into this thing of, like, strength isn't the only way to deal with someone. Cunning is as well. And poison is the way someone who's more cunning would be able to deal with something that's very big and strong. And I like that. I like that idea. Especially when it came to a game like The Witcher. Because the thing with the Witcher series that I always really liked and would like to see more of is that you want to know about what you're dealing with. You want to know what you're fighting. And so a big facet of that is trying to, like, learn about what it is that you're going to deal with and prepare accordingly. Now, could it have leaned into that facet of it more? Yes, definitely. But it's something I always really liked, and poison was never off the table because of that. I think the poison's good for players in more political and subtle types of games where you use less brute force. That's true. But that doesn't happen very often. And kind of coming back to like D&D, is that like there's a lot of enemy types that are straight up just immune to poison. Like, even if, like, it doesn't anticipate the players to use a lot of poison, it still made a lot of things that cannot be affected by poison outright. Which is super weird. Like, a lot of devils, demons, angels, extraplanar entities, all undead, or constructs. These are things that cannot be harmed by poison in any, like, meaningful way. And so, like, one of the things that kind of pops up in my head is, like, well, why include it at all? Like, it's so niche. I don't know. And I like that they're trying to get into using poisons more. Like, there's the Poisoner feat. There are more spells leaning into, like, poison damage and things like that. There's more ways to implement poison in your build. Like, I do enjoy that they're going down that route more. Especially because, like, it intrinsically has a hold on, words. The benefit of poison should be good enough to where players want to use it, because then that makes it so that when something is immune or resistant to poison damage, it becomes more significant. But having, like, poisoning and, like, knowledge of enemies as a whole, because that's why I like Witcher. So, like, I like the idea of a game where you really have to know what you're having to deal with. Like, and, like, the closest thing that kind of gets to it, honestly, is, like, Phasmophobia, where you have to get in there, study this thing as best as you can, and so that you can identify what it is, because then that tells you how you deal with it. Like, I really like that idea. And I think it would be even very nice if they use that for more game types. And it doesn't need to be something where it's like, here's the one thing you need to do to win the whole thing, necessarily. But, like, each of these little things can, like, give you quite a bit of information, where it's like, hey, we know that this is a... It's like, hey, we're trying to hunt this monster. We know it's undead. What do we know about undead? They don't like radiant. Okay, that's a huge step in the right direction. We need to get something that can do radiant damage. Here's some holy water. Hey, here's this thing. It doesn't like... for the most part, it's fine with poison, unless it is specifically this type of poison, in which case it is really harmful to it. Like, I would really enjoy that. Like, having, like, creature-specific poisons and stuff like that would be very fitting. Because that kind of leans into how poisons in real life work. There are certain things that might be fine to you and me, but are harmful to other creatures. Like chocolate in grapes for dogs. Don't feed a dog grapes. Or chocolate. It's bad. Same thing with any, like, alums, which is like garlic and onions. Those are also bad for dogs. But, like, that right there is kind of a reinforcement to why I think leaning into the poison facet of things would be very interesting. Because even if it's something that's like super generic and everyday that you might deal with, it's something that could be harmful to one of these like fancy mythical creatures. I mean, that's kind of where like the thing with salt comes in. It's like, oh yeah, you use salt to ward off evil spirits. And so making like a salt bomb to deal with demons and devils would be pretty fucking dope in my mind. Especially, and like this all, I mean, ultimately this all kind of stems from my experience with D&D as a whole, where there's a lot of things that are resistant or immune to damage. There's not a lot of vulnerabilities to damage, and I think vulnerabilities make something really interesting. Because whenever I've seen any player find something that, like, find a vulnerability, they're just like, oh, we got this fucker. It's always just like a big aha moment. Whereas whenever they're learning about what something is resistant to, it's always like a downer, if anything. Where it's like, oh, like, haha, here's this big fireball. Okay, it is resistant to fire damage. Oh, that sucks. It's still damage, though. But yeah, whenever like one of my players would find like a vulnerability, like everyone gets excited. Because then that like shifts like the dynamic so much. Because once I beat you, that means I have access to the Altus Plateau. Woo! That was easy. Ouch. Alright, wizard boy. Ah! I'm surprised it didn't stagger him, honestly. It is a little nutty to me still that I'm able to do this well without any armor. Like, I am just hauling ass across the map here. And, I don't know, I just don't need a lot of armor. It's so weird to me. I'm always struggling with surviving, but I guess I'm able to dodge out of the way a whole lot. And also because I'm not really blocking, they can't, like, stun me. Because when that does happen, I do take extra damage. This has a bunch of crystal bullshit, doesn't it? It does! Fuck. It's still good, but I dislike the time limit. That is super fair and is one of my main criticisms as well. Wonder if there's a mod that stops it. Maybe. I mean, that does... Now, that one I'm not too sure of, because Like, that's then just wholly removing one of the core mechanics of the game. Like, maybe if it was, like, a longer time limit. Because, like, given, like, the very fast-paced nature of the game, I'm not intrinsically against the time limit. It just, it doesn't feel like enough time. I had the idea of a death metal necromancer. Ooh, that's fun. What? What? He could... That... What? He can do that? Holy shit! Alright. Hello? Very nice. There we go. No, like, as much as a ladder is supposed to be, like, an easy way to climb up and down something, considering that this has no angle to it and how far out my person is sticking from this, this is actually, like, a lot of work. Like, this is a considerable amount... This would be a considerable amount of effort to climb without any, like, protective gear. Ouch. Heal. Ouch. I should have expected as much. Alright, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to win this, but that's fine. God, you take a lot to stun, don't you? Ow! Fuck, alright. I am gonna try and activate Radon. So I think what I have to do is I need to go up to the Altus Plateau at least. Because I want to end this with fighting Radon. That's my big goal for tonight, is to beat Radon. And then I can start working on the underground, actually, which I think would be a good next zone. Can I talk to you yet? Please? Let me fight you, Radon. Ayy. So, I think I'm gonna kick Radon's ass, to be honest. Once I beat Radon, I'll probably, like, run over and activate the tomb that's on the other side of the wasteland here. And then I'll call the stream there, because I need to go and get food. All I've eaten today so far has been a bowl of rice, and coffee, and water. Rise, my minions! Rise! Whoop! Wow! That hurt. Woo! Alright, give him a wide berth here. that not hurt me? Ah, that would hurt me. Ow. Oh, he's been staggered. Fuck. You bitch! Alright. The summons should be reappearing somewhere around here, right? Ah, man! Ah, fuck you! Ouch. Pop this. Get his ass! Oh, he's so close! He's so close! Hey, fucker. Hey! Second try, Radon. Very nice. Mr. Nightman. Give me a break. You're really scary. And holy fucking shit, that hurt. Hey, hey, hey. Ooh, that hurt. Oh, fuck you. Fuck off! God damn it. Are you exploding again? Fuck you! Okay. The fact that this thing put up a bigger fight than fucking Radon. God damn it. Let me out. Let me out. Fire. Oh, okay. That was garbage. Whoop. Whoop. Hey, I finally got him. Very nice. I wish that happened faster. All right. So, while we descend here, thank you all for hanging out with me while I go through this challenge run. It's going very well for the most part. Like, again, I already know that right card is going to be like the biggest hurdle, but I can do so much more shit outside of right card and come back to him way later. But yeah, like, this is going superbly well. It's a little silly to me just how well this build is working. Because again, like, I don't have any armor. I don't have any protections. I'm just face tanking and dodging. Oh, God. But with that, I thank you all for hanging out with me. And I'm going to hop off here and go and get some food. And with that, I hope you all have a fabulous day. Bye-bye.